my goodness. The sun is totally making my face black. Let's see. I'm not sure how well this is working out, but I can do this safely. But I'm trying to also keep it so that it's not so visible. Should have like some sort of a telephone holder here. So anyway, so I'm on my way to go meet a client today, and actually today we're going to be making cold calls together. This is something that I've done from the very beginning of my career as a cold calling queen. I have helped companies to write their telephone script, helped professionals to word their sales pitch so that the right target audience becomes interested, intrigued, and wants to book a meeting with them. We've done it as a service for other companies, doing the cold calling on behalf of the companies, and that's what my company does still. But one very special thing, near and dear to my heart, is actually doing it together with the customer. And one of the reasons for that is that when we make the calls together, before they outsource the sales to us, we get to work on the script together. So we had a workshop where we where I got all the information that I need to write the script. I showed her how I built scripts, and then I wrote I call it the 1.0 telephone script, that then we can use as a base then to I guess keep iterating, because it's not really ever ready until you start making calls, until you've made about 20-30 phone calls, and even then it's not like ready, or necessarily it could be ready and ready to use, but obviously the telephone script, it's a working document. It continually evolves, but it's good to have one anyways. So today I'm gonna go and do this. I haven't done this for a while. For the last 2 years, obviously, we've all experienced the pandemic and the effects of that. So most of our work has been done distant, and so now this is one of the first consultations that I'm doing in person. So we had the workshop about a week and a half ago, and now we're going to be cold calling together today. So that's really exciting. But this particular customer of mine that I'm going to be working with today, she's not just any customer. Of course, every customer is special in different ways, but this particular customer is pretty exciting for me. She is, she's a published author. She's a podcaster. She's actually a pretty well-known podcaster in Finland. One of the podcasts that she's just recently launched, together with some of her I guess entrepreneur colleagues, is one of the most listened to business podcasts in Finland. So a very, very interesting personality. In fact, we had this cold calling thing scheduled for last week, but then she got called to appear on television the morning of our call. So she got the notice 2 days prior, and then we had to reschedule to this morning, which actually it worked out great for me. I was praying. There was a particular training that I had completely just not realized that was happening on that same day, and I really wanted to be there. And so I was actually praying that something would come up, that she would reschedule. I would have never rescheduled. But because she rescheduled, it was actually awesome. So God answered my prayer, and she got also the publicity that she needed. So that was awesome. So, but today we're going to be cold calling together. I've written the script, and I'm pretty excited. The story is good. It resonates within me. I believe in it, and that's really the first and foremost, most important thing. That when you know that a pitch or a script, it's ready to be used, is when you understand it and you believe in it and it resonates in you, because then you'll be able to communicate it to other people in a way that it resonates in them. So that's really the most important thing. And when you're excited about something, it catches. The fire catches. And if there's no fire, then fire will not catch. That is how it works. And then you will not get the kind of results that you want to have. So anyways, I just wanted to share real quickly about this particular customer and about this line of work that I'm doing, and just also kind of testify about how God is so good and how he just totally answers our prayers. Just really recently, I asked the Lord to give me more consultation work, because I have decided in my heart that after prayerful consideration, I have decided that I'm going to start to really focus on my own consultation career now. I've been building Good Call. I've been building my company, and we have a good foundation there. But I also want to, I want to basically bring it to a place where it's easy for other people to develop it further, and I can take a step back and kind of allow them to develop it and grow it. So that's the kind of work that I'm doing right now. I'm growing my own consultation, and also kind of clarifying my own message, and that kind of a thing. And so it's just so awesome. I began to pray, like after I had made the decision as to like what the direction was going to be and where I was going to go together with the Holy Ghost. And like I said, prayerful consideration. It was not like a quick decision to make. For a while there, I was in a place where I was really looking for the next level. What's next? I love what I do, but at the same time, like I want to grow. I want to go. I want to see new things. I want to experience new things, and that kind of a thing. So I was really praying about it for a while. But after I had made the decision that, am I going to go work somewhere else for a little while to like gain insight, or those were the thoughts that I had. As the year 2021 came to an end, and so I decided that no, I was not going to go try to find a job and build a career that way. That really what I want to do is to be a consultant. I want to quote unquote work for many companies and grow in that respect. And so I began to pray, and I began to just ask God for new clients. And it is just so incredible how after I had made a decision as to what I was going to do, and then had the faith for it, how the Lord immediately began to give me new customers. And just things were lining up. For example, I was selling our cold calling service to a particular IT company and to their CEO. And every time we were on a call, it seemed like I found myself coaching this CEO. I'm asking her all the coaching questions, and I'm just like, because she was really responding to me also. And so, turns out they didn't buy the cold calling service, but then we turned it around and I sold my executive coaching to her, which she was like, that's exactly what I need. And she'd already gotten a foretaste of it in her sales experience with me, or as I'm selling to her. Well, then another thing happened, and actually two separate things, and both of these after I had made the decision what I wanted to do when I grow up, quote unquote. Another thing that happened was I was selling again to a particular lady who's actually also a business influencer here in Finland. I'd gotten to know her via LinkedIn, and we had some mutual connections, and so I was selling to her. And again, simply from her experience of me selling to her and the communication that we had, she invited me to be on her podcast, which is, again, actually these two people are connected. She then later on connected me with the person that I'm going to go train today or cold call with today. But anyway, so she asked me to be on her podcast. We did that just 2 weeks ago, and it's actually coming up next Sunday. So that's my second podcast this year. And like, like a major podcast, not like, everybody does podcasts these days, but these are like major, very much listened to podcasts. Another thing that happened, yet once again, a company that I had been selling to asked me to be on their webinar. And I actually mentioned about it in my previous video. And so we did the webinar, and then just like days after that, I got a connection or a contact from somebody via LinkedIn that wanted me to consult them on their customer experience, outbound customer experience. So like a whole new next level, and exactly the kind of things that I want to do, the kind of things that I have in my heart, the kind of things that I ponder, the kind of things that I do. And it's just so exciting how, and I just want to highlight again that, doing business together with the Lord, even those times of planning, even those times when you don't quite exactly know, because I often have those times. Well, not maybe often, but every now and again, every few months or every year at least, I spend a lot of time into seeking the Lord, and also kind of finding out what's in my heart for the next season. Like, what do I want to do? And where do I want to go? And where does the Lord want to take me? And then, once I make the decision, then the Lord always, always, always brings the increase and begins to connect the dots and that kind of a thing. And very oftentimes these connections, they could be like anything really. It could be that I had cold called them before, or I met somebody somewhere, And I guess, on the natural side, the whole key is just, having been active or being active, and also understanding that every day, every connection that you make really could potentially be your next big gig, or it could be the start of it. And you just never know. So that's also one of the reasons why I personally know I need to be constantly full of the Holy Ghost and always seek the Lord every day in my business, because otherwise I could miss it. I could miss it. And there are opportunities everywhere. There are literally business opportunities everywhere. And not every business opportunity is for me, but then there are those that have my name on it. And the important thing that I find is just to really follow the Holy Ghost at all times. Know people, network with people, be bold about the kind of people that you hang out with and talk with, and just allow the Lord to make the connections. Once you make your decision and you know what you want, you'll have the faith for it. When you've gotten it from the Lord, you'll also have the faith for it. And when you have the vision from heaven and you have the faith for it, and you have these connections that you have built and people that you have met or stumbled upon, then God's got something to work with, and He can begin to connect those dots and make a way for you. That's all I have this morning. I am in the Helsinki City Center, and I am soon approaching my destination. I hope this was encouraging this morning, and you have a blessed day.